The tension in the air was palpable. "Don't you ever talk back to me, Marcus," the white man hissed, his voice low and dangerous. "You are nothing here. Nothing. Clean this room now, or don't bother coming back tomorrow." "Sir, the floors are clean," Marcus, the black janitor, replied. "I've cleaned them over and over again." Without a word, Richard, the operations manager, grabbed a full cup of water and poured it directly onto Marcus. The cold liquid drenched his hair, ran down his face, soaked through his uniform, and pooled at his feet on the freshly mopped floor. The shock of the cold water made him gasp, but it was the deliberate cruelty behind the act that stole his breath entirely. "Now you have something real to clean up," Richard sneered. But little did he know, he hadn't just humiliated a janitor. He had just disrespected the very woman who had the power to end his career. The shining floors of Sutton Enterprises' executive wing reflected the harsh fluorescent lights as Monica Sutton, disguised in a maintenance uniform, carefully guided her mop across the polished surface. The nameplate on her chest read Mona, not Monica Sutton. The same hands that had signed million-dollar contracts now gripped a mop handle, red and raw from industrial cleaning solutions. As she worked, the sound of expensive leather shoes approached from behind. Richard Kane, the operations manager, a man who had never acknowledged her in meetings, now loomed over her with a stack of reports clutched in his manicured hands. Monica's eyes, normally confident and commanding in boardrooms, flashed with contained fury. Every fiber of her being wanted to stand up, reveal her identity, and fire this man on the spot. But that wasn't the plan. That wasn't why she was here. Monica Sutton, a 28-year-old Harvard Business School graduate, had earned the respect of industry leaders. She had been featured in Forbes 30 Under 30 for her innovative approach to sustainable technology. Sutton Enterprises wasn't just any company. It was founded by her father, Leonard Sutton, 35 years ago in his garage with nothing but a dream and $2,000 borrowed from his grandmother. It had since grown into a fintech giant valued at over $5 billion. Leonard Sutton, now 60, had built his empire on two principles: innovation and integrity. But lately, his normally vibrant demeanor had dulled. A heart attack 6 months prior had forced the entire Sutton family to reconsider succession planning. During a quiet dinner at their modernist home overlooking the city, Leonard finally voiced his concerns. "Monica, you've done incredible things," he began. "But I'm worried about what you don't know." Monica set her fork down. "What don't I know, Dad?" Leonard sighed. "You don't know what it's like in the trenches. You've never seen how this company truly operates from the ground up. You don't know how management treats the people who keep this company running, the ones without fancy titles or corner offices." He leaned forward, his gaze firm. "I started this company as the janitor, the accountant, the salesman, and the engineer. I knew every part of my business because I had done every job. That perspective is invaluable. Reports don't tell you about culture beyond the executive floor." She knew he was right. That night, they devised a plan. Monica would go undercover as a member of the night cleaning crew for 2 weeks. No special treatment. No shortcuts. No privilege. Just a chance to see Sutton Enterprises through the eyes of its most overlooked employees. Her transformation was dramatic. Monica's designer wardrobe was replaced with simple, worn clothes. Her sleek, straightened hair was allowed to return to its natural curls, then covered with a simple headscarf. Her manicured nails were removed. Contact lenses replaced her designer glasses. Diamond studs were exchanged for simple metal hoops. Her placement was arranged through Proclean, a third-party cleaning service, ensuring that no one in HR would recognize her. As far as Sutton Enterprises knew, Mona was simply a new cleaner assigned to the executive floor. On her first night, Monica quickly realized how different the world looked from the bottom. Executives stepped around her without acknowledgement. Some even bumped into her cleaning cart without an apology. Richard Kane was the worst. The 45-year-old operations manager had climbed the corporate ladder through sheer determination and a reputation for getting results, no matter the cost. To executives, he was efficient and dedicated. To the cleaning staff, he was a tyrant. "This is unacceptable," he barked at them on the first night, holding up a gloved hand with a barely perceptible smudge from above a ceiling vent, an area not even part of their cleaning rotation. "You people need to understand that Sutton Enterprises represents excellence." He forced the team to stay 2 extra hours without additional pay to clean the area again. While Richard was a nightmare, he wasn't the only one. Derek Phillips, the marketing director, routinely made janitors clean his already pristine office multiple times. He would deliberately leave coffee cups balanced precariously so they would spill when emptied. He would scatter paper clips on the floor, then complain about the lack of thorough cleaning. Then there was Veronica Wells, Senior Vice President of Sales, who treated everyone beneath her with undisguised contempt. On one occasion, she slapped Monica across the face in a fit of rage over a minor inconvenience, humiliating her in front of a room full of employees who did nothing. Monica documented everything: times, dates, witnesses, and exact quotes. She recorded conversations. She gathered security footage. What she uncovered was more than just mistreatment. It was corruption. Richard, Derek, and Veronica had been siphoning company funds meant for lower-level employees into their own pockets, while secretly feeding company data to competitors in an attempt to push Leonard Sutton out before succession. By the end of her 2 weeks, Monica had more than enough evidence to expose them all. On Monday morning, Leonard called an emergency board meeting. Every department head and senior executive was required to attend. Monica arrived in her janitor's uniform, cleaning the boardroom before the meeting. Richard stormed in. "Make sure this room is spotless," he sneered. "If I find a single speck of dust, you're fired." At precisely 10 a.m., Leonard Sutton called the meeting to order. "I've called this emergency meeting to address serious concerns about the corporate culture at Sutton Enterprises," he announced. "Over the past month, we've uncovered alarming evidence that contradicts everything this company stands for." Richard, Derek, and Veronica exchanged nervous glances. "Get the janitor out of here," Richard demanded, pointing at Monica. Monica took a deep breath, then removed her headscarf, revealing her natural curls. She switched out her plain glasses for her designer frames and unzipped her uniform to reveal a tailored blazer underneath. "Actually, Richard," she said calmly, "I think you're the one who doesn't understand the situation." Silence fell over the room as recognition dawned. Monica turned on the projector. "Let's review some footage." The next hour was a reckoning. The evidence was irrefutable. By the end of the meeting, Richard, Derek, and Veronica were all fired for gross misconduct. Security escorted them out of the building. That day marked the beginning of a cultural transformation at Sutton Enterprises. And when Monica Sutton officially became CEO, she made one thing clear: she would never forget what she had learned from the bottom up.